Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, the devil's rejects are on the run. Pray they don't run into you. Ha 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 ha. Tonight's movie, The Devil's Rejects.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Worst apocalypse ever! Yes. Coming off of last night's disappointing House of a Thousand Corpses, we are going on to episode 13, lucky number 13, and by the way, it is lucky because we get to talk about what is quite possibly Rob Zombie's masterpiece, and that is the sequel to The House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects. Yes. So what is The Devil's Rejects all about? Well, it is a sequel. So, at the end of House of a Thousand Corpses, it seems that they got away with murder, but however, the police have come with a vengeance. Yes, you see, when you murder enough people, the shit's just gonna come down on you, and it comes down hard. And it's all led by the brother of the police officer who was dispatched with in the next, I guess, sort of, Brito, whatever. Anyways, dispatched by the mother in the first movie, and he wants to rain holy vengeance upon them for that killing. And also, all the other killings, the big amounts of deaths and stuff like that. So, of course, the raid happens, people die, people get shot, but Otis and Baby, they managed to get away and alert Captain Spaulding, who had a 50-50 dream. You'll get that reference when you see the movie. Anyways, and they all decide that they're going to meet up and go on the run. And of course, the police officer guy is just not going to rest and actually hires some mercenary work to find them so that they can be brought to him so that he can, what was the quote? Piss on them before they die. So, yes. Anyways, one of the mercenaries played wonderfully by Danny Trejo. Anyways, so that's the movie. They're on the run, and while they're on the run, they meet people and do bad things to them. And, of course, the police are right on their tail, and the mercs are there, and wow, what is gonna happen? Well, you're just gonna have to watch it. So let's get to those scores, shall we? Violence and gore. I am giving this one a 5 out of 5. This one is bloody. This one is messy, and it definitely has a lot more impact than the first movie. And there is some brutal scenes here, some brutal killings and beatings. And it is just glorious. And then, there's a glorious firefight kind of in this movie too. So it is blood spattered all over the place. 5 out of 5. Moving on to shock value, I am going to give this a 1 out of 5. Look, there's not much shocking about this movie. There's not a lot of jump scares. There's nothing. The violence isn't as over the top as when it comes to like the torturous stuff as you would see in House of a Thousand Corpses, but it's still pretty dang violent and torturous. It's just not as shocking. So 1 out of 5. However, moving on to plot, and that is what I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5 because it does the job. It is wonderful. It is a wonderful plot. It's basically taking these bad guys and putting them on the run and having the story of this police officer who, he's about justice, he's about the law, but you can see his slow turn into the hand of vengeance, and it is a wonderful, wonderful turn. Wonderful portrayal of this character, and his story is really what makes this movie work, because his transformation into cold-blooded vengeance murder machine is what makes this movie really work. Because his dynamic is what drives the movie. He is the guy that you're like, you know, we are with this guy, because we know that these three are assholes and jackasses and deserve probably more than what they get. And so, yeah, I think it works wonderfully. It's definitely way better edited. It flows better. It's almost somewhat Tarantino-esque. And, you know, it works. It's like, okay, we escape the house. We've got to hide out. We, of course, kidnap, take hostage a band, a roving band, menace them for a while, steal their car. We go off and we kind of meet some of the other people in their sphere of influence, and kind of how, you know, seedy, shady, and scummy their world is. And, you know, we get the police officer who just becomes unhinged and becomes vengeance. And the movie is a flipping of the script, because he is now the ruthless killer hunting down the Devil's Rejects, as they are called, hunting them down in bloody good blood sport ways. And I just love how it beautifully comes together in that situation. So yes, 5 out of 5 for the plot. Acting, I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. Sid Haig, wonderful again as Captain Spaulding. Bill Moseley as Otis does a much better job. He definitely toned it down. Sherry Moon Zombie still grating and still nutsoid, so I can't really give it a 5, so it's a 4 anyways. But otherwise, wonderful all around. 4 out of 5 for acting. Nudity, I am going to give this a 4 out of 5. Also, there is a lot of nudity, and this is, of course, the unrated version. So yes, more violence, more nudity, more full frontal, and yeah. So there's quite a bit of it. It's not I don't know if you say, like, not all of it's quality, if you know what I mean. Some dead things here and there, but still, yeah, there's a bunch. So 4 out of 5. My enjoyment factor is 4.5 out of 5. Definitely my favorite Rob Zombie movie, and I think it is his masterpiece. Ebert and Roper gives it 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up from these guys, and I remember, like, this is the kind of movie, this makes, you know, like, either their growth or their realization of, like, cinema. But I would remember a time, like, Roger Ebert would shit on this movie and say that it's everything wrong with Hollywood, and yet here he is, you know, giving it the thumbs up. But it's a good movie. It's engrossing. It's entertaining. It's dark. It has some nice wit to it, and yes, definitely the seriousness and the creepy horror of, you know, the evils of man, the derangement. So yeah, love it. It is great. It is a great watch. It is, like I said, the best of Rob Zombie, which is sad because, you know, he keeps making movies, and you would think that he would build off of this, to have that. You would think, like, okay, man, the next time he's gonna just hit it all at the ballpark and get. I don't know if the success of this just brought him back to being, you know, the guy from the director from House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't know what happened. I mean, it's not like all of his work is garbage. It's just like this. You have the pinnacle, and then it's like you can't even come close again. I don't know. Anyways, so 4.5 out of 5. My overall impression is a 4 out of 5. A definite must watch. You don't necessarily have to watch the first one to get enjoyment out of this one, but it is recommended. And I didn't mention this in the previous video, but the DVD that I have for House of a Thousand Corpses has some of the best DVD interactive menus. I mean, Captain Spaulding, getting impatient with you by not selecting the options and things like that. Very, very good. It's sad to see that. The fun, great, interesting menus that existed during the DVD era has not really translated as much to the Blu-ray era. I've seen a lot of movies that when it comes out on Blu-ray, the menus are just the lowest effort shit in the world. And I remember, when you get a DVD and you get into the menu and you could do things, you could find secret little things that sent you to different areas of the disc, Easter eggs and stuff like that, and you just don't really get that anymore with the Blu-rays, which is sort of sad. Anyways, I had to throw that out there. Anyways, 4 out of 5, solid, awesome movie, and that average score is 3.9 out of 5, which is ridiculously high. Usually the averages for a great movie is going to be in the 3 something range, but 3.9, I mean, all that violence and nudity, man, it pays off sometimes, right? Anyways, so there you have it. The Devil's Rejects, Rob Zombie's greatest film. Tell me, what did you think in the comments? Did you agree with me? Have you seen The Devil's Rejects? Please rate, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. I'm starting to get really sick of saying all those things. I don't know, because it's just useless. I don't even know how many people are actually watching this part of the video. Give me an Excelsior if you are. Anyways, I will see you next time on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And remember to stay scary, internet. And as always, when you're kind of like a upper middle-aged country singer who's married, and some cutie blonde thing starts talking to you at the motel and being really flirtatious and stuff like that, you know what it is? It's a fucking trap. It's a fucking trap, okay? It's a trap! It's a trap! I'm just saying, it's a trap, okay? Yeah.